From the same company that has failed to innovate their search engine since 1998 comes Android. A clone of iOS that, instead of being better, is worse. A while ago, Google learned that there is no point in making your own system when you could take someone else's system and make it worse. And you'll see why no one does spyware like Google. Spyware is built in, and even though that there's plenty of built-in spyware, we also have malware that can be installed easily. So you get the functionality of iOS plus the security of Windows XP. And when you get all this malware on there, there's basically no way to remove it, unfortunately. And if you try and call Google about it, they're just going to put you on hold for hours, not even be there, just not have a number to call. And if you put a form out for it, you're never going to get answered. So, not only do we have all the spyware, but we continue to release version after version of Android, but none of them actually work. Instead, you just get errors on the boot sequence, viruses, malware, built-in adware, and you cannot get rid of this adware. There's no way it's going to go away. Like, Google's even being sued over it. But no, we're just going to keep this adware there. And make the most horrible operating system ever made. Meanwhile, as we continue to clone iOS features, but just make it worse and worse and worse. In fact, now instead of making stuff better, we've discovered that it's easier to just make it worse and remove features instead of adding them. Meanwhile, we continue to clone Apple relentlessly. We continue to clone Microsoft relentlessly. Release our own version of Linux. And just make garbage. Meanwhile, we've managed to get rid of any version of an open source operating system. Like Linux or something that could run on a phone, but no, that's not possible. However, we continue to be garbage versus iOS, since with Android, instead of with iOS, where something actually works and it's actually usable, instead you get downgrade functionality from worse than Windows 2.0. Well, actually even worse than 1.0, since at least it doesn't spy on you with 1.0. And we're going to track everything you do. So your phone is about as usable if it has Android as a bugging device. You know, like a bugging device, you can't even control it. So, that's about as good as Android. Because they do about the same thing and they're about just as functional. And then, now with our new multitasking interface, you can scroll through your errors, your spyware and your adware, your hijacked browsers, your garbage, or a new version of Internet Explorer 6 called Chrome. That we've actually made it slightly worse too. And all your malware. And you can also see all of your viruses and all of your error screens. And then eventually we'll just go to black screen. But you can go and buy a new phone every month. And yeah, that's going to be worth it. Since you can get even more errors. You'll just continuously get more errors than Windows 10 running on an Intel 286. So now when you'll see what we mean when we say Android, the worst system ever made.